You know, it's interesting. Here we have, you look at what the January 6th committee is putting together. You look at the information on all of this, and you have Republicans like Marco Rubio actually tweeting and saying, oh, it's going to be a circus because there's going to be a TV producer involved or something. These Republicans, instead of doing what they took an oath to do, which is to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States, they're just trying to distract. You know, with Marco, you have little children that are gunned down and that bleed out. Just horrible massacre, much like what happened
in his
right
state.
Up the road from Marco in his state, in Parkland. And what does he do? He tweets out attacks of the NBA. Like, really? And now we have this committee investigation coming up, which, again, if you really love America, if you believe in American democracy, if you're a patriot, you want to know what happened on January 6th. You want to know what happened inside the White House. But what's he doing? He's tweeting, attacking a guy who is a former TV producer. Again, it's always, what did we say about gun policy? It's always, let's change the debate.
Yeah,
we don't want to talk about guns, so let's talk about school safety, well, which is because of guns. Let's talk about mental health care.
Let's cut that.
While we're cutting mental health care. And let's talk about safe schools while we're cutting education funding. And then let's talk about doors.
Right.
This must be the fault of doors. And now on January the 6th, they don't want to talk about the fact that Donald Trump tried to subvert American democracy. And Republicans said so. Mitch McConnell said so. Lindsey Graham said so. Kevin McCarthy said so. They said so in real time. Now, anything to distract, because it's like I said yesterday, Mika, they think Americans are stupid. They think their supporters are idiots and can be so easily distracted from the truth.
So there's three big questions as to whether or not they're right that Americans are stupid, and I believe they're not. Three issues the Republicans are standing on the wrong side of: January 6th, abortion, and guns.
Yeah.
So good luck trying to argue the other side of this as we watch what's happening across the country.
You look at the numbers just on abortion over the past couple weeks. The right for women to choose has shot up. In some cases, 20, 25 percentage points. Gallup says higher levels of support for Roe v. Wade, higher levels of support for women to make choice, for girls. I'm not saying women. We're talking about rape and incest here that was polled. And the numbers have gone up again to not take the choice away. And this is what Republicans are doing. They have trigger laws across the country. They are on the wrong side of history. They're on the wrong side of the electorate, but they think the electorate's stupid. They think they can attack an ex-TV producer and make us forget about the insurrection. They think they can attack the NBA and make us forget about the fact that Marco saw what happened in Parkland, did nothing about it. Did nothing about it, right? And so it happens in Uvalde, just like it happened in Sandy Hook, just like it happened. And he talks about the NBA. Other Republicans, again, talk about anything to distract. I've just got to say, we showed Dr. Oz. You look at who Republicans have put up because of Donald Trump in Pennsylvania, in Georgia, in Ohio. I'm telling you what, Republicans should blow Democrats away politically in 2022. They should win in landslide margins, especially across those Midwestern states where Joe Biden's approval ratings are low. Their extremism, their craziness, the fact that people like Marco continue to cover for weirdos and freaks and insurrectionists, they're making their job a lot harder than it needs to be. Sometimes it's okay to say, January 6th was wrong. Donald Trump cheering on rioters?
I mean, are we really arguing
wrong?
This?
Well, no, they don't want us to. They want to distract because they know it is so deeply offensive and so un-American what Donald Trump did that day, what rioters did that day, and what Republicans who are trying to cover it up are still doing every day.
And just real quickly, the numbers on abortion are clearly leaning against Republicans and changing by the day. I mean, these are numbers that will cause women to get out of their comfort zone and go vote wherever they need to vote.
You look at these numbers, the result of rape or incest, up 12 points since 2002, up 12 points since 2012. Every number jumps. Cannot afford more children. Now, this is something that used to only get 4 out of 10 Americans supporting, because it seemed far more selective, a selective decision by a woman than, say, rape or incest. That's jumped by almost 20 points. And then this final one, pretty shocking, from the Wall Street Journal poll. Woman wants it for any reason. Only 40% in 2002. It's jumped up to 57% in 2022. And what these Americans are saying, and certainly what women are saying, is it's my decision.
Yeah.
Whether I consider myself to be pro-life or pro-choice, it's my decision. I don't want the government to make that decision for me. And that's what states are doing. They're saying life begins at fertilization. They're not making exceptions for rape or incest. They're not making exceptions for so many other things. And it's deeply offensive that you now have about 30% of Americans, 31, 32, 33% of Americans who want Roe v. Wade overturned, actually suggesting, if you look at this leaked document, that right is going to be taken away from women. And it's going to be mainly men in southern state legislatures that are telling 12, 13-year-old girls they don't have a right to have an abortion. Again, think about it. You go back. I challenge you to go back on your Google machine and just look through the years on how many Americans have supported Roe v. Wade being overturned. 28%, 20, maybe a third of Americans tops. At least 2/3. Up to 70% have always said they want it to stay in place. And then you look at the gun numbers. Almost 90% of Americans want universal background checks. These Republicans, they don't care. This Republican Party does not care what you think. They don't care.
But they do care about winning. So
they don't care what 90% of Americans think. On abortion, they don't care what 2/3 of Americans think. They don't care. And by the way, you looked at Madeleine Albright's funeral. 6 of the last 7 elections that have been run, Democrats have won the popular vote. This Republican Party is a party that continues, and people have talked about this for quite some time. They're obsessed on figuring out how to win when they're in the minority, how to steal elections when they're in the minority, how to cheat when they're in the minority. If that's not how they felt, then Marco Rubio wouldn't be trying to distract you. Ted Cruz wouldn't be trying to distract you. Lindsey Graham wouldn't be trying to distract you. The Republicans wouldn't be trying to distract you. They think you're too stupid to figure this out. And they think you're too lazy. They think you're going to stay home and not vote them out.